Yeah. What up, good people, and welcome to another episode of Keep It Thorough, where we give you the real behind business, health, money, and self-development, and introduce engaging concepts to help you perform better in all areas of life. I'm your host, Cedric Lavelle, joined by my counterpart, E Double.
E double, yeah. So
No
we back
extra
at y'all.
theatrics
Yeah,
today.
no
Sorry.
E D
No
O
extra one.
U B L E, none of that. You know what I
None
mean?
of
My
that.
name
I
is
got you.
Eric Evans.
Yep.
But hey, y'all, we back at y'all. Episode 95. It's another Money Matters episode, and the title of this one is Pocket Change: Steps for Improving Your Money Mindset. I always get excited when we have money episodes, man. I like money, like most people. And we always share some very good advice. So with all that said, be sure to go to keepitthorough.com/kits and check out the kit that corresponds with this episode. And then, as always, podcast with us wherever you podcast, share with a friend, and check out the YouTube videos that drop on Thursdays, right? So with all that being said, let's go and kick this thing off.
Yes, sir. So here's the real, right? Financial challenges are a common foe. We all deal with them in some shape, form, or fashion, right? And in this economic environment of unease and uncertainty, the discomfort and disadvantages that many people are experiencing is like no other. Like, you cut on the TV and you see debt is through the roof. You see inflation. You see interest rates. You see a significant amount of people struggling in certain areas, right? And people have been stretched. They've been strained. They've been stressed out with no existence of some sort of financial security. And in many instances, it can be uncomfortable. And then obviously it can seem unfair with some of the things that you have to experience or that we have to experience because, man, you look at the price of certain food and it's like, oh, come on, man. Like, you mean to tell me just a few months ago I was paying this and now I got to pay this? But those are some of the things that come along when we're in the environment that we're in right now, right? And it just comes to a matter of what's the best way to approach the situation, and I believe that there's a solution for every problem. For every problem that we face, there's some sort of solution, especially when we can affect the outcome. So as we speak about this concept of pocket change, we want to basically just convey that small gains can lead to bigger results, right? And so when we're able to focus on positive ideas and making these gradual changes, those are the behaviors that can lead to better outcomes and really become the cornerstone of significant monetary transformation. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. So through all of those, I guess, challenges, economic, socioeconomic, I think that's the right way to say that. But, basically through all the circumstances that we're dealing with, it's very important to redirect our financial focus, right? And, control the controllables and only worry about the things that you have control over, simply said. So how you think, feel, and react towards money creates a ripple effect. So how you earn, spend, save, and invest money is greatly influenced by our mindset. So it's important to acknowledge and understand, your current financial habits and then pinpoint where you can make improvements, right? So, some examples of that is not having a budget. Like, so many people don't have budgets. They just, or they have their version of a budget, right? Which is, okay, I get paid. Let me make sure I pay my rent, my light bill, and then, some of the other stuff can just wait. You know what I mean? I'll pay the late fees on these credit cards. I'll, get to that when I can. Right. And then, they go buy whatever they want, shoes, vacationing, whatever the case may be. But it's very, very important to understand your current financial habits and then look at areas where you can improve. And it definitely can be an uphill battle to change your financial focus. It's not easy for people to just make those adjustments right away, but it's definitely necessary. So, negative beliefs and emotions concerning your money creates barriers. So if, you got tons of credit card debt and, it's not something that you want to sit down and deal with, a lot of people just try to ignore it in hopes that it'll go away, kind of knowing that it won't go away, but just whatever. I just don't want to deal with that. And, you can't do that. You have to, address those challenges head on. So, by, acknowledging these stumbling blocks and, understanding where they originated, you can begin to work toward them or work through them rather, right? So, cultivating a healthy money mindset is less really about the money itself, and it's, more about reshaping your relationship with the money.
Yeah.
So, how you think about it and, gaining a better understanding of your finances allows you to shift focus and take control of your monetary life. So to go back to the debt situation, if you just continue to ignore it and don't address it and, either don't make no payments or just make the minimum payments, what's going to happen is it's going to be compounded interest over time. And it's just going to create a deeper and deeper and deeper money pit and a deeper and deeper hole for you that makes it that much more, complicated and difficult to get out of. So,
Right.
the quicker you act and put a plan in place, the easier it becomes. And then you don't have that negative outlook on it. Right. So, really the key here is the importance of understanding your thoughts and your feelings and your reactions towards money, and then redirecting your focus, your financial focus, towards things that can help you improve, right? And taking the necessary steps to do so.
That's big. And one of the things that when you were saying that, what stood out to me is all of these things are about taking initiative. You as the person, as the individual, taking the initiative. And I believe that we're able to grow financially through the investments we make independently, right? And so what I mean by that is when we take initiative towards improving our own financial education, that's a key component to wealth creation, right? And you can't wait until someone says, hey, you need to do X, Y, and Z. Come on, trying to kind of grab your hand and take you along the way.
And that's so many times is most people excuse. Nobody ever told me.
Right. Yeah. You hear it often. And, I believe that, you can't avoid acquiring the proper knowledge simply because you feel financial freedom isn't attainable. Right. And those thoughts are counterproductive to wealth creation. And so, like E was just saying, you really have to change up your beliefs and your thought processes around money to improve your relationship. So one thing you have to focus on is knowing that your money mindset it's a learned behavior, right? And our thoughts surrounding money are not inherited, but they're learned. And understanding this notion, you know what I'm saying, it shows that what we think is not fixed, and it can be replaced by better ideas that promote financial well-being, right? We don't have to have a fixed mindset around our finances. It can be a growth mindset, and we can continue to learn as we progress and as we move forward and as we encounter all of these different situations. Another thing is just understanding that money beliefs influence our financial actions, right? And so knowing that our thought process around money significantly influences our behaviors, and it dictates how we save, how we spend, and how we invest. Basically what Eric was just saying, right? Like the things that we believe, those are the things that influence our actions. And not just with money, that's with everything that we do in life. Like if we believe one thing, how we believe and how we approach that situation is going to influence the actions that we take to, lead to a certain result or a certain outcome. Then the last thing is just simply understanding that a positive money mindset contributes to financial success. So similar to a growth mindset in personal development, a positive money mindset opens the possibility for financial success. And then just simply encouraging yourself for better money management practices, that can propel you towards economic freedom. And, obviously we understand that just simply thinking positive thoughts is not going to change your situation. There still has to be action put forth. But the first thing that has to start is like you have to internalize money a little bit differently. Your belief system has to be set up a little bit differently because, again, if you believe something, you're going to act on that belief. So the first thing that you want to do as it relates to money, change your mindset. Start thinking more positively. Get rid of negative thoughts, the negative things that you may feel and that you may think concerning money, and start putting your best foot forward with positivity to potentially see changes in the outcome.
Yeah, no, for sure. It's important to find your purpose and what your goal is. And then that can energize you to make the necessary steps. So now instead of, like, damn, I don't want to deal with this, man. I got like 15,000 in credit card debt. Like, man, I just do not really want to sit down and do this. You know what I mean? But now it's different if it's like, you want to know what? Me and my family, man, I want to buy a house in the next year. So, that's your motivator factor right there, right? I want to buy a house. So, house, you need good credit, right? And if you got things in collections or, a lot amount of debt, your debt to income ratio, it's going to have a negative effect, right? So now you got more of a positive outlook, a more positive mindset. Like, okay, cool. Let me do this. Let me do this. I can chip away at this. I can maybe consolidate these, this debt, so on and so forth. But it's important to find a purpose, right? And then, align your goals to that purpose. But so moving on, right? To dive even deeper into that money mindset, we're going to use the analogy of, two sides of a coin and then, outline the power of perspective. So, consider two people. One person believes money's hard to come by. They constantly feel financially insufficient. They're anxious about spending, rarely enjoy their earnings. As soon as the paycheck comes, it's gone, Right. And then on the other hand, there's somebody who, believes money is a tool for growth. With solid financial sense, they prioritize learning about personal finances. They're not afraid of investing in opportunities, and then they enjoy a healthy relationship with their money. Now, the perspective of each of those people, or the perspective each person, rather, has on money will determine their financial behaviors, which, then will lead to their financial outcomes, both positive and negative. And this situation that I just outlined is typical among many people, right? So a positive growth-oriented money mindset can effectively shape your financial journey, while a negative approach to your financial situation can lead to unpleasant results. So, the ultimate goal here is to improve your financial stability. So by adopting the perspective and practices of someone who manages their finances with focused intent and willingness to learn, which is very, very important, your willingness to learn, and then navigating towards achieving financial goals and maintaining fiscal health becomes achievable, right? So again, let me say that again, by adopting the perspective and practices of someone who manages their finances with focused intent and willingness to learn, navigating towards achieving your financial goals and maintaining fiscal health becomes achievable. So, be coachable, be willing to learn, be willing to step outside of your comfort zone. It's very, very important to not try to reinvent the wheel. So if you come across people and they have, a very good structure to their budget, go ahead and mimic that. Get an understanding of, kind of what works for them, edit it, customize it, make it your own. Which, to be honest with you, that's what I've done. There was somebody by the name, a homeboy of mine, Brandon Blair. We were roommates fresh out of high school and all that. He had a very solid way of breaking down his bills. And like one time when I was over at his apartment, I seen it up on his refrigerator. And I'm like, man, what's that? And he's like, oh, those are just my bills, right? And then I looked at him like, damn, this is organized. What I'm saying? Like, this is easy. Like, this makes it kind of, easy to manage your bills. You know what I'm saying? Right. So I'm like, cool. Now I've adopted it, and if I'm being completely honest with you, I don't even remember what his looked like anymore at this point, because we talking 12, 13, 14, 15 years ago. You know what I'm saying?
Dang, old dog.
Oh, for real, right? Oh, you know what I mean? But again, that led me to where I am now, and then I've been through several different variations of my own budget, right? Because I used to literally have a notebook that I just wrote it all down, and that transferred to me writing it on my my computer, right? And then that has now changed to me having it in a, it's still on a computer, but in a Excel spreadsheet. You know what I mean? I've tried numerous different apps and all that, but man, I always go back to my trusty old Excel spreadsheet, man. But anyway, I said all that to say this, learn from others. Have a willingness to learn. You don't got to recreate the wheel. Look at some successful people, who do a good job of managing their finances, and, ask them what they do, and adopt those things.
That's smart, man. And something that really stands out to me with what you said about adopting other people's behaviors, and I know I've spoke on this before in the past about seeing success and emulating that, and seeing it from a perspective where you can revise and edit certain things to fit and accommodate what you're doing, but really sticking to the core of that. And when it comes to finances, what I recognize is that, building wealth or creating financial freedom isn't for just, anybody's superior. You know what I'm saying? It really just boils down to an individual being willing to change their thought patterns and to pursue a path that leads to prosperity. Simple as that. You know what I'm saying? It's changing your thoughts, changing the way that you process things, changing the way that you view things in your perspective, as E was just detailing, and really taking action off of that, right? But I also believe that many people make excuses and they struggle with finances because they feel like it just doesn't make sense. You know what I'm saying? And ultimately, I believe that, it's all about the law of attraction. Not the law of attraction, but the law of averages, right? And if you keep swinging at every opportunity just to learn and grow along your financial journey, eventually you'll strike something.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you just got to keep going up.
Strike.
Yeah.
Like,
that's a song?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know that song, dog. What song is that?
Hold on. My boy, I was Lil Yachty, man. That boy said strike like I'm not going to work. Strike. Man, you gotta go listen to, man. I gotta pull this song. Hey, that's my jam, man. Go listen.
I gotta go pull that one up, man. I ain't heard that one. No disrespect to Lil Yachty.
Hey, as soon as you said strike, bro, because that song be playing all the time. I was just listening to it at the gym earlier. But yeah, my bad, y'all.
Playing on what?
You said everywhere.
Playing on what? On the radio? I don't really listen to the radio
XM
either.
Radio, you know what I mean? Come across my playlist on Spotify, all that.
I gotta go check that one out, man. I've been on this G.
What he say? I was balling, I was geeking,
yeah, I'm gonna have to go.
I was trying to strike
that one up.
Like I don't know the words. I just know the vibe.
You over there turned up, boy.
Turned up, bro.
Hop up out your seat. You know what I'm saying?
Boy.
Hey, go for it, bro.
Hey,
but no. You say go
what?
what?
I got that excited off a Lil Yachty song though, but it go hard.
If you like what you like, dog. Ain't nobody judging.
It's a vibe. It's a vibe.
It's a vibe. You know what I'm saying? You can catch your vibe, catch your mood. You know what I'm saying? Hey, but one thing. Back to what I was saying. Look, I've never played baseball before, right? And when I really started kind of going through the details of what we were discussing today, I kind of thought about how a baseball player goes up to bat, right? And likely, I'm not gonna say not even likely, but any person that's going up to bat, they're gonna have some sort of confidence in a level of belief that they can get on base, right? Or that they can hit a home run. And I think when it comes to finances, like I said, it's about taking those swings, but also just recognizing the pitches that keep you missing, right? And understanding how can you improve your hitting average. And so basically when you look at it from a financial perspective, what are you missing the mark on? You know what I'm saying? Like what pitches are you not hitting, right? And so whether it be identifying limiting beliefs, right? Are you aware of the things that's limiting you from improving your financial foundation, right? Are you missing in that area? Are you missing in the area of replacing those negative beliefs with more empowering beliefs? You know what I'm saying? Are you missing in that area? Are you missing in the area of continual learning? Are you listening to the podcast? Are you reading the books? Are you going to the seminars? Are you connecting with the right people that can help in building your financial foundation? Are you taking the initiative in those areas? Are you missing on the areas of setting your financial goals, right? And which is a powerful way to shift your money mindset and give you an opportunity to pursue goals and pursue things that are achievable. Because just like with anything else, you want to set goals. You want to have a goal that you want to obtain. You want to have a number that you're potentially striving for, because I believe that when you set that number, it kind of gives you the mindset of how you need to facilitate and operate the plan that you're pursuing, right? Because if you're looking to get into the millions or the millions plus, just know subpar average effort is not going to get you to no $1,000,000.
Hey, average effort will not lead to extraordinary results, man.
Not at all. You have to understand, okay, there's going to be some work that I have to put in. And with that understanding, you start pulling back those layers of what it can take to get there. You start connecting with the right people. You start having the right conversation. You start to take in the right information. You're reading the right books, all of these things. And then from there, your hitting average, starts to go up, because you're not striking out on that goal process, or on the learning process, or even practicing gratitude. And I think that's a big thing as well too, because I believe this: everything I have is everything that I need. You know what I'm saying? And I look at my surroundings and what's around me, and though things may not be progressing at the pace or at the rate that I would want it to, I still recognize the goodness of what my situation brings to me. And that's powerful. You know what I'm saying? That's a beneficial thing to have, because just face it. You know what I'm saying? Money issues can get overwhelming. You know what I'm saying? Like it can be hard, it can be challenging, it can be frustrating on so many levels, right? And you can really lose focus of just the drive and the effort and the willingness to really make change in your life, simply because you're just, down and out, right? And so you really just want to make sure that you're practicing gratitude and you're not missing out in that area, right? Because I feel like this, once you really focus on areas that you need to improve and recognize the areas where you're striking out, you know what I'm saying, and you're not hitting, you keep taking swings, and keep focusing and dialing in on the things that need to change, eventually you'll start seeing the results that you want to see.
And no, absolutely, man. And nobody likes somebody who just sits and complains and you ain't doing nothing about it.
Right. You got to be solutions oriented, man.
Like what are you doing? Right? Like, oh man, this is so bad. I'm in such a bad place. Okay, but what are you doing to fix it? Well, nothing. You know what I'm saying? Okay, well, can't
it don't work like that.
Do the same thing and expect different results. You know what I mean? We know what the definition of that. We know what
you must be insane. That's insanity.
So cool. So in summary, y'all, right? Change you can count on, right? So the journey to manifesting a positive and productive money mindset may challenge and stretch you out of your comfort zone. And, really to see any progress in anything, you got to be willing to step outside of your comfort zone. You have
Absolutely.
to, right? And then, however the progress from pocket change can be the stepping stone towards financial prosperity, right? So, basically the theme of this episode is pocket change, right? And, by making the necessary adjustments, those can be the stepping stones towards your financial prosperity, right? So you start in pocket change, you make some adjustments, that pocket change grows, and I was overflowing in abundance, you know what I mean? And then, you know, those will be the stepping stones to your financial prosperity, right? And then the change not only affects your pockets, right? The changes that we're talking about, and said mentioned this earlier, it not only affects your pockets, it resonates with every aspect of your life, and it brings you peace, clarity, and then again, abundance, right? So, as I mentioned earlier, the necessary steps that you need to take to have a better money mindset has, you know, not as much to do with money as people think, and just more about a mindset shift. And that mindset shift, you know, resonates with every area of your life, right?
Yeah.
Taking the initiative, being, you know, setting goals,
Being proactive.
you know, being proactive, having a more positive outlook, you know, having purpose, you know, being purpose driven, you know, all of those things. And then last but not least, right, financial freedom is not just about the amount in your bank account. It involves cultivating a healthy relationship with money and embracing it as an essential tool for achieving your dreams, right? So, you know, it's not, you know, and we talked about this before, financial freedom means different things to different people. And, you know, that amount is different. What may be financial freedom to Said might not be financial freedom to me, and, you know, vice versa. And, you know, that goes for all of us, you know, everybody listening, watching, streaming, whatever the case may be. What may be financial freedom to me might not be financial freedom to you, you know? So we're all different. We all, you know, expect different things out of life. You know, some of us, you know, care more about traveling. Some of us care more about a house. Some of us care more about family. Some of us care more about, you know, some people might not be married or have kids, you know? So like they got a whole different set of priorities, expectations, values, and, you know, things of that nature, right? So it's not just about your bank account, right? It's about, you know, cultivating that relationship, you know, with your money, and, you know, realizing that it's a tool, right? And then doing everything that you can to utilize that tool to achieve your dreams. So, you know, with all that said, you got anything you want to add, bro?
Nah, man, you covered everything, bro, and I believe that you know, this what we discussed today with pocket change, man. I think it's just the foundation of seeing things transpire in your life where you can start seeing the difference. And like E was saying, like with pocket change, man, you take those quarters and those nickels and those dimes and those pennies, and they start adding up to, you know, dollars and it increases over time. And you know, that's what we've discussed in this episode. You know what I'm saying? Just take small steps. Those small steps can translate into even bigger wins, man. So everybody, man, just hang in there. Don't give up. You know, it's challenging, it's hard, but stay focused. Keep a positive mindset. And on the other side of that, I truly believe that prosperity be in return. This boy done cut on the song. Oh gosh.
Geeking.
Y'all bear with
I was trying to strike.
bear with Eric over here as he gets in his zone.
Hey, man, we gonna go out. I had to strike.
Nope, never heard of it.
Hey,
Never
no,
heard of it.
that song go crazy, man. Especially when you in the gym, but putting up 225. You know what I mean? Strike. You know what I mean? A little extra bit of motivation, man. Get it wherever you can, man. Get that motivation. And I'm like all out of focus now. I gotta refix my camera. I stroked.
See, man, you done striked yourself out and
right,
messed your focus up on that.
Myself
on that
right
camera.
out of frame. You know what I mean? Hey, but
dang.
as always, man, we greatly appreciate y'all. Thanks for tuning in. We got a lot of good stuff coming for y'all. Hey, if y'all do not follow us on social media, man, y'all about to be missing out. We got a very dope content strategy rollout that's about to go crazy. So be sure, and actually by the time this episode drops, we've already rolled it out, you know? So, you know, definitely follow us on all the social media platforms and, you know, tell a friend to tell a friend.
Tap in.
And as always, man, if you don't do nothing else,
Yeah.
keep it thorough.
Keep it thorough.
And we'll holler at y'all next time.
Till next time, Kid Nation.
Deuces.